Dallas, we're here.
Day two.
Just showed up. Day two.
Tickets are going crazy today. Y'all wanted to wait last minute. Had me nervous. Oh,
But it's
here
about
goes
to be a good
Mickey.
time. Oh, snap.
There he is.
There
There he is.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic. Drop the mic.
Shaping the code. We got to Dallas. This is tour life. We didn't get much sleep from the night before. We was out late and just eating, hanging out with the people in Houston. Then we were processing and debriefing what happened. And then I'm up because I can't sleep because I'm so excited. I'm like a little kid. And then we wake up early to go to Dallas. We get to Dallas. We drop our things off at the hotel. And then we go straight to get lunch. And then we go straight to the venue. And it's a grind. So it's fun. It's exhilarating. It's fulfilling, but it's a grind. So we get to Dallas and we had, shout out to Pastor Neb and the whole team in Dallas, the way they came through for us, the way they designed the stage. I mean, the greenery that they had, the way they set up the chairs, the lighting. I remember we had to start the show a little late because we were trying to get the platform set up. But just seeing 5, 6, 7 guys that were using their muscles and their strength and their energy to really put this thing together, I didn't feel alone ever. Again, I felt like people wanted to support, and whatever gifting that individuals had or people had, they were using it to make this night happen. The worship team and people were there hours before we got there. They were there with us while we were setting up, and they were with us after tearing down. And I just felt like, this is incredible that people are giving their time, they're lending their gifts to make this happen. But it was a grind. And Dallas was really frustrating to me because things weren't working properly. So not only did the stage, the platform take a while to set up, but the ATEM or the video switcher wasn't reading our cameras. And so that was frustrating, and we were trying to figure out, what do we do? Do we just record on the camera? And then, it would be more work for Parker, the post-production edits, having to sync all of the audio and the visuals. That was frustrating. And I remember even Yoni and I got into it a little bit. We kept it pretty cool, but there was tension there, and he wanted to take one route, I wanted to take another route, and I'm like, bro, people have already been waiting for, like Houston, we were waiting for people. Dallas, people were waiting for us. And that was really frustrating because, excellence is our standard, and we want this to go well, and we want to produce at a high level given the resources that we have. And so there was disagreement around what excellence was going to look like that night. And for me, I was just kind of like, at this point, I would much rather have the win be the show going well. I know we don't have everything we need on the production front, but we don't have time to figure that out. We need to start. So that was frustrating. And then I felt pressure because, Dallas was Dallas people showed out, and we would have sold out if it was any other venue. It's just the space held a lot of people, but it was a lot of people in the room. I remember being overwhelmed by the amount of people that were in the room. And there was pressure because in Houston, it was a little bit more intimate. But in Dallas, I was like, how do we translate what happened last night in this context? There are way too many people. I don't say that as a negative thing. There was a good amount of people. I wish we would even had more. But how do we duplicate the feeling that we felt the night before in a room this size? And there was struggle there, but there was pressure there because, I was feeling pressure in different ways. The production wasn't all the way there. There was a lot more people there, and I had family there. I had people fly in from different cities. People flew in from Kansas, people flew in from Los Angeles, people flew in from Florida. There were people that came from all over to support me in this, and I felt the added pressure there. I don't want to waste their time or their money, and so this better be good. And again, the Lord just showed up, and he used that conversation, and more testimonies came from that. And we had a good time, but it was a slow start and it was a frustrating start, but the Lord used it. And one of my favorite testimonies from the whole tour actually comes from Dallas, where a young man approached me and talked about his circumstance, and he essentially shared that he was frustrated with God and mad at God for certain things that God had allowed to have happen in his life. And that night served him well. He walked away trusting that God is good and that he could place his faith in him. And that's, I mean, who would have thought that some songs and a conversation and some laughter can get people to trust God one more day, to get people to have faith in him for a little bit more longer. And again, that those eternal ramifications eclipsed whatever production mess that we found ourselves in. People were served in that. And again, I'm not saying people being served has to come at the expense of excellence, but we were able to keep the main thing, because testimonies like that. But Dallas was a good time. It was I'll always remember that city.